Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Total Football the Dutch Way. In today's episode we have two very important games coming up. The first one is against FC Dordrecht, who are a point and a place behind us, so we desperately need to win that game. A draw wouldn't be an awful result because that'd keep us ahead of them. But realistically we need a win to create a bit of a gap. And then our second game of the episode is against NEC, who are 3 points ahead of us in 12th place. So if we win our two games and NEC's first fixture goes in our favour, that'll move us up the table a bit. If we fail to win today, it'll be over 3 months since our last league win, which was way back in December. As you can see since the last episode, we've played 3 games. We lost the first one against FC Den Bosch, and then a bit of tactical experimentation meant that we got a draw against Young Ajax and Young PSV, which are two decent results. Young PSV up there in 6th place and Young Ajax in 11th. That tactical experimentation I was talking about, we've gone from playing with 2 wingers up here and we've got wing backs instead. We've pulled 2 players out of the FC Volendam B squad to come in and play as a wing back because we didn't have any in the squad. We're sticking with the vertical tiki-taka and a positive mentality, telling the wing backs to overlap whilst we focus the majority of our play through the centre of the park where we've got a strong spine. We've also changed Antonucci or El Azuzi, whichever one of them plays in that position, on a game by game basis. They become an enganche to try and get a bit more creativity in behind Beers without the wingers there to create chances. As you can see from the results, we scored a few goals which we hadn't really done previously, with 1 goal in 5 games before that. However, it hasn't really strengthened us defensively too much, but we'll stick with it for a few games, see how we get on. We're not really in danger of it towards the end of this season, so now is really the time to experiment. And if we think it can work, then we've got a whole summer to build a squad around that tactic. I don't think we'll be using it all the time, but I think it's another option to have against some of the stronger teams. So let's get into today's first game and try and get that elusive win. I've also bought the young goalkeeper that I signed. I've brought him up to the first team and he's played the last couple of matches, with Bakker dropping down to the bench. Today we line up with Van Leeuwen in goal, a back 3 of Smal, Van der Ven and Tol, with Van Gasteren and Van der Bos as wing backs and Platt as the holding midfielder. Rundekamp and Vlak in central midfield, with Antonucci in behind Beers up front. Dordrecht look to be going with a lot of width. As you can see, their top scorer, with 6 goals in 12 appearances, is a winger, and their attacking midfielder and captain has got the most assists for them this season. So hopefully those wing backs will be able to stifle their wingers, while us playing a diamond will give us a stronger presence in the centre of the park where we should outnumber them. assertively tell the lads to end this poor run of form, and Beers is looking stressed already. We've got the game underway now. Van der Ven looking for Van Gasteren. It's cleared back as far as Smell. And now we're on the attack. Antonucci out wide to Van Gasteren. Can't get the cross in though. But we're pressing them. And they've played it out, but Antonucci picks it up in the middle of their half. We've got possession back. Toll now, playing a 1-2 with Antonucci. Vlach feeds it to Van Den Bos, who cuts inside. Oh, gets the shot away, but it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat. But it's been a positive start in the first 10 minutes as we've got the ball again. Toll looking for Beers. The header though falls to Van Den Bos, who's coming down the wing. Pulls it back to Vlach on the edge of the area. Rundekamp now with another long range shot from Rundekamp. Laid off for him by Van Gasteren. Rundekamp just takes a touch out of his feet on the edge of the D and fires it into the top corner. He's been a very important player for us so far this season since he's come into the team regularly. He's scored a few goals like that. And now we've got another highlight. Platt, Vlatt and Rundekamp just playing it around in midfield, and that's out to Van Gasteren. Pulls it back, Antonucci's there, but the shot's too tame to beat the goalkeeper. Didn't look like he got a lot of power behind that. I also forgot to mention again when we played young PSV, we were 2-0 down at half time. As FC Dordrecht come at us now, they get the cross in and their top scorer is there. I think, cut inside onto the back post from the wing. But Bakker, no, wasn't Bakker. Van Leeuwen made the save. Now Dordrecht coming into this game more towards the end of the half, but we managed to clear it. The header though falls to Beers. Manages to get a shot away, but the goalkeeper's got it covered at his near post. And at half time, it's 1-0. We definitely had the better of that half. Dordrecht may have dominated the possession, but we had the better chances and we should be more than one goal ahead really. But that's the story of our season. Assertively tell the lads to guard against complacency. Once again, Beers is looking stressed. I don't think it'll be long before Cars comes on for Beers. As Dordrecht now coming forward, Runderkamp's there with the tackle to put it out for a throw in. Cars was the player that came on in the second half against young PSV and basically changed the game. He got the first goal back for us. And he just created a nuisance of himself for the entire time he was on the pitch. And eventually we managed to get the equalising goal. Just halfway through the second half, Beers is looking apprehensive. He hasn't really done much today, so we'll bring Cars on. Let's try bringing Azevedo on for Antonucci, who's also had a relatively quiet game. Van Gasteren's struggling. We might just give him 5 or 10 minutes. We haven't really got another left-sided wing back, but we could bring on Erdhusen or Bally and put Smell out as wing back. It's another option for us. And now Dordrecht with a free kick, taken short. I was expecting a cross into the box there. Offside. The goal won't count. 15 minutes to go. I think we're going to put Small out at left wing back. And we'll get Erdhusen on for Van Gasteren, who had eventually taken a knock. And now we're on the attack again. Cars picks it up, his first involvement in a highlight. It's switched out wide to Van den Bos. Pulls it back looking for Vlak, but they managed to clear it. And Toll picks it up now on the halfway line. Vlak back to Van den Bos. Gets across in Smells there at the back post. Just over the bar. And Smell with the free kick. Platz there. Falls to Rundekamp. Azevedo. Rundekamp with the assist. Laid it off to Azevedo in the D, who's just lurking around outside the area. Just fires a shot through the crowd. The goalkeeper couldn't really see it coming. And that puts us 2-0 up. Vlak's taken a knock. I think we're going to have to give some of the players a rest after this game. They've worked hard. Another free kick though for Dordrecht. And they've pulled one back. 2 minutes to go. And it's 2-1. Another long range shot for this one. Nobody covering that man offering the short option for the free kick. Everybody expected it to just be crossed into the box, I think. And now Smell swings a free kick in. Didn't quite see what happened there, but we've got a corner now that Smell's going to take. It's headed away by the first man. And now Dordrecht with the free kick, but Van Leeuwen claims it. Now another free kick. This time it's taken short, but we've got men there. They've broken through though, and Van Leeuwen claims it. Looked like it was going wide anyway. There's a lot of highlights here in stoppage time for Dordrecht, as now they've got a throw in. Cross comes in, Toll heads it away, and Vlak just boots it clear for another throw in on the other side to Dordrecht. We're over the 5 minutes now. It's Dordrecht coming forward again. Cross is blocked though, and it's another throw in. This has got to be time, ref. Come on. Azevedo nicks it back and charges forward. Are we going to have time for this? No. That's it. Full time. Finally, we've got our win. Rundekamp, of course, man of the match, with a goal and an assist. Fairly even game, really, from the two sides, which you'd expect for two sides that are next to each other in the table. A good win, boys. Tell them that they've done well there. NEC drew their game, our next opponents, so they're only a point ahead of us now. So if we win our next game, that'll put us up into 12th position. We moved up one place after Telstar lost. We've moved up on goal difference ahead of them. Van Gasteren's out for 6 to 8 days, which means he's going to miss the next match, so it could be a bit of a rotation job. Vlak only out for 1 to 3 days. We'll give Rundekamp a bit of praise after that inspired performance. Give the starters a bit of a rest. And I'll fast forward now to the NEC game. Let's see if we can put a winning run together for the first time in a long time. So we're back now for the NEC game. NEC have failed to win any of their last 5 games, but they have drawn 3 of them. Vlak is fit enough to start after his injury. We've got options on the bench should we need to take him off if he's struggling. I'm going to start with Beers again. Van Gasteren not quite making it back. Says he could play, but we're not going to risk him. We'll just go with Smal as a wing back, and we've brought Ed Hughesen in as part of the back 3. Other than that change, it's the same team that started against Dordrecht. Try and minimise the changes after a win. So let's get into this one and see if we can continue that run. NEC going with a standard 4-4-2. Let's show NEC well, we're 12th and they're 19th in the form standings. And Beers gets the game underway. Ed Hughesen looking for Smalt, who can't make it. He's gone out for a throw in. Smile now though with a free kick. Van der Ven's there at the back post, but the header goes over. Great free kick there from Smile. Been a quieter opening quarter of an hour compared to the last game, where we'd created quite a few chances by now. There's only been the one shot from either team, and that was Van der Ven's header. But we've got another highlight now. Van Leeuwen plays it out, and now Ed Hughesen carries it forward, gives it back all the way to Van Leeuwen. Pops it out to Vlak, who passes it out wide. Van den Bosch into Antonucci. Vlak, Rundekamp. Antonucci switches it out to Smal, crossing Beerzo with the header at the near post. Straight at the goalkeeper. Anywhere but there, and I think he probably scores. Took nearly half an hour for us to get our first shot on target, and it's been a very quiet first half so far, as the ball's launched forward by Ed Hughesen, but NEC pick it up and come forward now. Playing it inside. A shot from just outside the box goes wide, was never troubling the goalkeeper. And that's their first shot of the game. Just as we approached half time, and it's 0-0. Again, Antonucci and Beers having another quiet game, and Vlak's looking a bit tired, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Assertively tell them that we've been the better team, and then NEC get the game underway in the second half. certainly looked a lot tighter defensively in these last couple of games. I say that as NEC with a free kick goes just wide of the post. But having these wing backs in seems to have reduced the number of goals we were conceding from the wingers cutting in on either side. As we've won the ball back from their throw-in and playing it forward. Platt though with the long ball looking for Beers. It's cut out. Now NEC can come back at us. They're just passing it around on their left-hand side as they come forward now, and their player running in completely unmarked at the back post. Don't think anybody knew he was there. Vlak's having a really good game, but I think with 20 minutes to go, it's time to take him off. Bring on Luc de Croix, and we'll also bring Cars on for Beers up front. 15 minutes to go, and we'll tell the lads to get creative. Their players are looking uninterested as Small now with free kick swings it in. Penalty. Looked like there was a push there. Looked like it was on Van der Ven. And we've got a penalty. Antonucci's going to step up. It sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Puts us into the lead with 5 minutes to go. Calm, composed penalty there. We'll drop back to balance for the last few minutes. 4 minutes of added time. And Small now with a free kick. Tolls there at the back post. It's headed just off the top of the crossbar. 2 or 3 inches lower and that would have been going into the top corner. And now NEC are coming at us. Small though gets the tackling. Antonucci plays a through ball to Cars. He's all on his own. Plays it back to Runderkamp, who gives it to Small. Antonucci now on the edge of the box. It's hit the post. Lovely curled shot there that just hit the bottom of the post and almost stopped dead for their goalkeeper to pick it up. And we've got the ball now, approaching the end of the 4 minutes added on. Seconds to go, and Van Den Bos launches the ball forward looking for Cars, and that's it. The full-time whistle's gone. Put together back-to-back wins after not winning a league game for nearly 3 months. Passionately tell them that was a good win. Well done, lads. And that moves us up another place, up to 12th now in the table. So please give it a like for those 2 back-to-back wins. Consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.